Hello my friends, I used to do these sorts of videos all the time, but I feel like I haven't done one in quite a while. So I'm excited that today we're going to be discussing 5 things you're getting wrong about shopping at Hermes, which I hope will help you whether you are just trying to build a long-term relationship with the brand or you are currently after one of their highly coveted bags like the Birkin, the Kelly, or the Constance, which, let's be honest, all of these are just getting more and more difficult to get each season. So without further ado, if you'd like to hear my thoughts on what to avoid when shopping at Hermes based on my nearly decade-long experience, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and keep on watching. So what inspired this video was actually a conversation I had at Hermes the other day. I was talking to my advisor and she told me that a lot of people have been coming in and the first thing they say is, look, I'm looking for a Birkin or a Kelly. What do I have to buy to be able to get one? What do you need me to get so you can offer me a Birkin or a Kelly? And she always tells them that's just simply not how it works, and that's also my experience. And I'm not exactly sure if that's because on social media it has been perpetuated that the way to get a Birkin or a Kelly is that you have to spend a certain amount or you have to buy this and that, which just isn't my experience. And if you've been with me for a while, you'll know that I never said that you need to buy this or you need to buy that. I always try to give you ideas and I always try to give you inspiration of what pieces I have loved, what pieces didn't really work out for me, what are the things that I'm really enjoying and I'm getting my money's worth out of, and which are the ones that I personally wouldn't spend my own money on. But when it comes to you trying to get your hands on an Hermes bag, a highly coveted bag like a Birkin or Kelly, the way to get that bag is to express your interest for the brand and everything that they do. And I completely understand that not everyone is interested in what the brand has to offer. Not everyone wants to explore their ready-to-wear section, their fine jewelry, their home section, because obviously there are other brands that you might enjoy better, which is perfectly fine. But if you would like to build a long-term relationship with the brand, one of the first things that I would say is that you try to explore as much of the brand as you want to, and you're not really focused on how much you spend, because that is a big mistake. This idea that you have to spend 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to whatever, which I understand that it applies to certain countries, but here I'm talking about my experience shopping at Hermes boutiques across different states, across different countries, and I have to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter whether you spend 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, because each bag is offered on an individual basis. So yes, it might give you a little bit of an idea of how much you could be expected to spend, but it is not a rule of thumb. It's not something that you should stick to. So I wouldn't worry about, let's say if you want a bag that's $5,000, I wouldn't really worry about trying to accumulate things so you can buy $5,000 worth of things, because you may or you may not get a bag. And if you're only buying things for the sake of getting a bag, in the end, you're going to resent the brand. So I would say not to be hyper focused on how much you spend. Don't go bankrupt over getting a bag. Don't buy things that you don't enjoy. Buy things that you're genuinely interested in. And what's unique about Hermes is that they're a brand that create everything under the sun. I mean, Hermes has done everything humanly imaginable out there, so they have a lot for you to choose from. If you have already explored everything that you want from the brand, that's all that you need to do. You don't have to worry about spending an extra 1,000, 2 or 3. I mean, yes, if you're clearing shelves, that will definitely help you get your dream bags faster, but buying an extra thing for 1,000 or 2 will really not make that much of a difference. So please don't worry about it. Please don't be stressed about trying to spend the same amount that your dream bag would cost, because that will really not matter at the end. Another thing that a lot of people get wrong about Hermes, in my opinion, speaking of spending money, is this idea that you have to spend to get your hands on your dream bag, which I always looked at it this way. So when I first started shopping at Hermes, they already had the quota system in place, but believe it or not, there was a point in time when you could get as many bags as you wanted. If they had them in stock, if they were available, you could walk into a boutique and just buy one. When I started shopping at Hermes about 10 years ago at this point, they already had the quota bag system. So what they told me at the beginning is that the reason this was put into place is so they can make it more fair the way they distribute their bags. These bags don't only go to the people who have the time and the budget to go into their boutiques every single day and ask what they have in stock, because in theory you could do that in the past. They wanted to make sure that everyone, or a lot of people who are interested in their bags, have a fair chance to get their hands on what they were looking for. Now, is this system perfect? No, it's not, but Hermes isn't the only brand who does it. And I'm not saying that it has nothing to do with hype, it has nothing to do with marketing, because I'm sure that is a huge part of it too, but Hermes isn't the only luxury brand who does it. And here I'm talking about brands like Rolex and Patek. I mean, try to walk into a Rolex boutique and ask for a Daytona. They will literally laugh in your face. And at least with Hermes, the good thing is that they create almost everything under the sun, so you have a lot of things for you to explore and a lot of things for you to choose from. But when it comes to watches, if there's really only one watch out there that you're after, what's the point of you buying repetitively watches over and over and over again just so you can get your hands on the watch that you wanted all along? At least with Hermes, you can explore their shoes, you can get to know the brand's incredible ready-to-wear creations, you can look into their home pieces, you can discover, in my opinion, their highly underrated jewelry pieces. I don't know why, but no one seems to talk about this idea of having to establish yourself as a client to be offered a hard to get piece. When it comes to other luxury brands, it's always Hermes that gets called out for it, and by no means am I standing up for them here. I do not think that their system is perfect, but I'm just saying criticizing a game is not going to get you any further. But what's most important is that you do not buy things that you do not want. Yes, Hermes creates some incredible things. There's a lot for you to choose from. There are a lot of different things for you to explore, but only buy things that you will genuinely enjoy and that you know you will get your money's worth out of. Do not follow other people. Don't buy things that people tell you those are the things that got them a bag, because you never know. Hello, my friends, it's Editing G here. A great example of this is plates. A lot of people will tell you to buy plates if you want to get offered a bag fast, which, don't get me wrong, I do love my Hermes plates, but I bought a lot of Hermes plates in the past without being offered my dream bag, and I haven't really bought a proper set of plates in quite a while. And to be honest, it didn't stop me from getting any of the bags that I really wanted. It's also really important that you don't compare your journey to others. I think one of the things that I hear most often when I go to Hermes and I kind of eavesdrop, or I'm waiting for my advisor to become available, a lot of the things that I hear when people ask for a bag or when people get turned down is that, but my friend got this bag last week, my friend was offered this bag the week before, my cousin came in and she was offered this bag without buying this or that. So it's really important, I think, in life in general, that you don't compare yourself to others, but especially when it comes to Hermes, because bags are offered on an individual basis. You're not sure what the circumstances were, what they asked for, when they asked for it, how they asked for it. You never know. Maybe just before they asked for it, that particular bag, the boutique had just received the delivery and that bag happened to be in there. And Hermes isn't like other brands. It's not like when they receive a delivery of a certain item, they get 10 of them. Usually they will get 1 or 2 pieces. So let's say your friend got a black Mini Kelly the day before. It is not guaranteed. In fact, it's quite unlikely that they will have that very same bag in stock available in the bag, especially because most of the times, especially these days, when they get a bag in stock, it is already reserved. Hermes knows what pieces are coming in, and even before the bag hits the shelves, not even the shelves that you see, but the shelves in the stock room, they already have someone in mind that that bag should go to. So it's really important that you do not compare yourself to other people, because it's not only going to put a bitter taste in your mouth, but I can imagine that it's also the pet peeve of many advisors out there. And I am by no means speaking for them. I am not an advisor. I never worked for Hermes, so I cannot speak for them, but just based on how many of these conversations I have overheard, I can imagine it's something that they are quite annoyed by. So let me sum it up really quick, because I feel like I have been quite all over the place in this video. There's just honestly so much that I want to share with you that even I am having a hard time keeping track of my thoughts, so I can only imagine how confusing it must feel for you that I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. But some of the first things that I remember saying, one thing that I would pay attention to is that you're not hyper focused on how much money you spend at Hermes. Don't think that there is this number that you have to hit to qualify for a bag, and don't buy things that you are not interested in. Only spend your money on things that you love, things that fit your aesthetic, and things that you genuinely know you will get your money's worth out of. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's, and please do not buy into the hype. Don't listen to other people when they tell you that you should buy this because this got me a bag. Buy fine jewelry because that is a guaranteed way for you to get your hands on a bag. Buy a set of plates because those are the things that will get you a bag. Do not buy those things if you're not genuinely interested in them, because at the end they will just put a bitter taste in your mouth and it is not worth it. So I would definitely not do that. And I would also make sure that you shop with someone that you get each other with, someone who you appreciate their style, you appreciate their approach, you appreciate the way they communicate, and vice versa, they appreciate you too. And I know it can be sort of stressful trying to change advisors or trying to change boutiques, but please don't overthink it, which is going to be my last piece of advice. A lot of people shopping at Hermes, especially these days with all the information out there that you can find, which certainly wasn't the case when I first started shopping at Hermes. My main and really only guide and only source of information was my advisor that I was shopping with. So I would make sure that you do take advantage of all their knowledge, because they are the true experts on the topic. If you have any questions, go to them and listen to them. That is another tip for you. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to over research everything. Make sure that you listen to your advisor and you go to them for advice. And please do not overthink the experience, because that will ruin the whole thing for you. Hermes is a luxury brand at the end of the day. Their things cost a lot of money. And yes, some things are very much worth it. Some things are not, in my humble opinion, which I am always honest about. But you do want to get a luxury experience. You do not want to be stressed about what you're getting and when you're getting it. So please don't overthink it. Don't try to overanalyze and strategize how you're going to buy Hermes. That's not what the brand is all about. Try to explore as much of the brand as you really want. Buy things that you're interested in. Try to learn about the brand if it's something that you're genuinely interested in, and I can guarantee that it will make the experience a lot more enjoyable. And if you're not interested in putting any effort into getting one of their bags, obviously stop by the boutique, see if you get lucky, put in a request for a bag, but do not overlook getting a bag on the pre-loved market. Of course, it's so incredibly important that you only buy bags from places that you are 100% comfortable with buying from, places that you can trust, and you never have any doubt about the piece that you're buying being counterfeit. But there's nothing wrong with shopping the pre-loved market, but just make sure that you do your due diligence and you do your research. Well, my friends, these were 5 things that probably most people get wrong about Hermes. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really hope it wasn't too confusing, but I really just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any insights, anything that you would like to share with others, please don't hold back. Let us know in the comment section. And while you're down there, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. I really appreciate you being here and watching, and I hope to see you back here with a new video really soon.